Hey, this is King Redbeard with a follow-up video from my post yesterday that showed that we can keep the contents of the ships loaded. I'm going to try to make this quick, but yesterday there's a lot of stuff going on. This is just a regular ship that you find drifting out, not a mission ship. And if you want to pull the trick to keep the inside loaded, you have to detach your pod, obviously. All right, and then you can visit out. But one of the places you can visit out is, well, gotta stop remote controlling. You can visit right out into your pod. And so now you can fly your pod around for the duration that the visitor actually works and do whatever you want to in space. So that makes it a little bit more useful. It means that I could fly down here in the duration of the pod and swap with the captain or anybody else I wanted to on the ship. I just have to be aware that as soon as the visitor runs out, then can't do that anymore. So, and it's also, you don't get slow motion, so it's a lot less time than it seems like. So yeah, if I just wanted to swap with this random guard, just fine. And then I visited back immediately. So the next thing I wanted to talk about was on this same topic with regards to loading. So I'll just get myself back. So there's an interesting feature here. When you have left the ship, now, apparently, a couple of things don't count as leaving the ship. Visiting out or using the teleporter, at least with regards to this feature. If you go out through a window, the game realizes you've left the ship and it covers over everything on the ship so you can't see it and it deloads. Well, the other thing that happens was something I noticed when I was going through that. You return to pod, there will be a brief period of time where everything on the ship that you can hover over, you can still interact with. So I'm going to return to pod. Now you see that I can still interact with this guy, and it lasts about 4 seconds, and then it goes away. Now during that, even though I'm paused, it's that hard 4 seconds. Now any time before that's gone away, if you're quick enough, you can fly over the ship and swap with somebody. So obviously it has to be done in real time, and I'm not good enough at detaching from the ship to actually demonstrate that working. But this actually solves a couple of mysteries that we've been trying to figure out for a while, or at least perplexed whenever we encounter them. So one of them has to do with setting off the alarm. In some cases, it seems like if you leave the ship, the alarm won't get set off, even though they hear it. And the entire key is whether you're on the pause screen or not. So I'm going to go ahead and shoot the gun. All right, he's heard me. I want to return to pod, pause it, wait the 4 seconds until that goes away, and that's it. The alarm won't go off. When I return, he'll still be counting down. So basically, if time is running, there's a short period of time, and it's about 4 seconds, that they will continue setting off the alarm. So I'll do the opposite of that, maybe. So I came back. He's still stuck on the letter G. I return to pod again, and I wait for him to deload, even though that didn't seem like it took a full 4 seconds. When I return, he'll still be on GU. All right, and he got one more. Now, if on the other hand, I return to the pod, you'll actually be able to see him, and I won't pause it this time. You'll actually be able to see him continuing to count down. So there. Didn't pause it until later, so he was continuing to count down. And now I haven't done a lot with with these alarms on the random ships. Normally they speed up. This one doesn't look like he has yet. But it also goes for the movement of people inside the ship. So if he is headed off in a particular direction, he's going to keep moving as long as the inside is loaded. So the key to keep that from happening, is to make sure that it's not loaded. Now this solves a mystery that occasionally, when we're trying to capture targets, they don't leave the ship. And the whole reason that happens, I've been able to reproduce it. I don't know that I can reproduce it again. The whole reason that happens is because, okay, I will try it. See if I can make my way down here. Is because after leaving the ship, we okay, I can't shoot the captain here, or that'll cause me a problem. So after leaving the ship, we paused it and waited until things got deloaded. Now the reason I can't reproduce it is because this guy does not always leave the window after I do, even when it seems like maybe he should. I'm going to run down here. He stops. Alright, so he's inside the ship. He's still loaded, and then it goes away. If I do that, he won't fly out. So that's the whole reason that happens. So the key is, if you go out, if you're trying to capture a target, you're depressurizing the room, don't pause the game, at least not until he's outside the ship. So there's that mystery solved. Now, when it comes to loading, I've got one other scenario that I observed. Oh, by the way, if you have set off the alarm in a target flees scenario, everything on the ship remains loaded. Even though you can't see in it, you can interact with any character. In the case where you have a reinforcements mission, what will happen, let's see, rather than just show you, I will, or tell you, I'll just show you. Alright, so I'm going to let them set off the alarm. And the alarm has been set off. And I forgot to see where the telepad is. Alright. Where's the telepad? Right here. So we've got a defender. So basically, what happens is, I fly alongside the ship here. Any contractor that appears after, I'll be able to see. So no contractors come out yet. A jammer has come out, and he is somebody that I can interact with. Potentially swap in with. Probably not, though, since he just laid down a jamming field. That'd be interesting to try. The next contractor to come out, I think, is going to be a tracker. There's a jammer device. Maybe I can interact with that jamming device, too. The next contract... Oh, and there's a predator. So you're going to see this predator walking around. And we'll see another one in just a little bit. We've got our predator. We've got our jammer. Yeah, we got our tracker. 2 trackers, looks like. Tracker, horizon, tracker. So I can swap in with any of those guys right now. Although I can't swap in with anybody else on the ship. And if I re-enter the ship, they will all go away in terms of being interacted with. So you can see those guys are running around here. I don't want a remote control. I want to return to pod. And those predators, even though we still got the visual artifact here, I can't mouse over them anymore because it's past the 4-second or whatever despawn period. So, this is probably not going to be super helpful. All right, who's this guy? Oh, this is our target. The target, obviously, we know is always accessible. He's always loaded in, is what that means, and that's why you can swap with him. So that is the result of my research, and I don't know in particular how much this trick is going to work. The other trick, the visitor trick, is only going to work on ships 1 and 2 in the daily challenge, or on ship 3 and on an easy Sunday. So, but seeing as you can get into the pod, you don't need a visitor, a sidewinder, and a swapper. You just need a visitor and a swapper. That's it.